Hey everybody, good morning. It is 6 o'clock on a Friday. And man, I'll tell you, that 5:30 alarm is rough. I'm still working on trying to get up that early. There was a time months ago, maybe a year ago at this point, where I could pop out of bed at 5:30 and it was just automatic. I'd wake up a couple of seconds before the alarm every time and I was immediately awake. I'm definitely not on that schedule right now. And when that thing goes off, it's almost like I'm in a dream, and it takes me a while to realize that it's real. And then, it's just, you know, I didn't use it. I didn't use it, but I do recall the 5 second rule being very helpful in those moments. I might have to try that again tomorrow, where you just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do the thing, which is a cute little tactic to get something done, right? Whatever works for you, Miracle Morning, 5 second rules, all these things. It's just a way to frame, just do what you're supposed to do. So, and that's what this baby is for, to get you to do the things you're supposed to do. So it's not like, and actually, maybe it's not. So maybe it's framed differently. Maybe it's not the thing to get you to do what you're supposed to do, but it's the thing that helps you identify what you're supposed to do. And you know what, Pam Lester, thank you for your comment about the journey in reframing failures and things. You made the comment yesterday in the group, and I think that you're absolutely right. That's the way I look at it too. But a lot of times, I think for most of my life, I grew up thinking that failures meant that I was a failure, right? I identified with them. And that's a fixed mindset, if you're aware of Carol Dweck's mindset book. And the growth mindset being that you always strive to grow in life. So even situations where you fail, you're looking for ways to improve or handle it differently. In this book, we are using our plans to align ourselves with the path that we want to travel, and we don't get it right a lot of times, and so we make a plan. We evaluate at the end of the day whether we followed that plan or not, and if we didn't, figure out why. And you might not need to answer the question why, but you might not even know the answer why. But over time, it sort of comes to you. Either it wasn't the right path, or something got in the way. I allowed a distraction to pull me away from it. It wasn't that important, right? Maybe it wasn't as important as I thought it was. But the more in touch you are with that, the more natural your decision making becomes, and you feel more confident when making a decision to do or not do something. A lot of times, going back to the ADHD conversation we had a couple of days ago, we have all of these things coming at us, and if we're not properly tagging them in a priority order, then we feel like we have to do everything, and when we don't get everything done, we feel like a failure. And that's not healthy. And that could really weigh down your mental, your opinion of yourself, right? And I think then the answer is, figuring out what our priorities are. And it might be that when you first pick up this book, you're writing down the wrong ones. Wrong, I say wrong sort of in quotes. It's right for you at the moment, but it might not be right for you overall. And so you have to figure that out. And the only way to figure it out is by messing up. Making the wrong decisions makes the right ones more clear. So I guess my point is just get started and just keep going, right? It doesn't need to be oppressive. It doesn't need to be a judgment onto if you're a success or failure. It is simply that you made a plan for today. You did or did not follow it. You did move forward or not, and figuring out why. It's really that simple. It doesn't need to be that, I checked off this list, yay me, that makes me a winner. I think that a lot of my best discoveries were making the wrong choice and feeling what it felt like to waste my time, or feeling the regret of not doing the thing that I should have done, and then having that as context for the next time I had to make a plan or make that decision. Sometimes those lessons are much bigger and harder life decisions. Other times it's just simply, I didn't spend enough time on this project. For me, it's, I didn't spend enough time with my kids, or I missed out on doing this thing with my kid because I didn't have the money. Because, it's one of those things where there's a sequence of events where I can make a plan to finish a project, and say that plan started a couple of weeks ago. And if I finish that project, then I get the money for that project, and then I can do more things with my family. Well, if I have been tracking my sequence of events, right, and I am aware of the fact that I had priorities to finish stage 1 of this project, that I let other things get in the way, and so I kept moving down the week, and I didn't finish my milestones by the end of the week, and then the next week I had to write my milestones over again, and maybe I didn't finish it again because, again, going back to the IT desk example, maybe I got too involved with people's reactive issues. I got too involved with things that were not my responsibility. And then by week 3 or 4, when the project may be supposed to be done and, I'm supposed to be earning money from it, and I don't have it because I let myself get distracted. And now, I have the opportunity to take my kids away for the weekend, or, we're in Christmas season, so buy them the Christmas gifts they want. And maybe I don't have that money then because I didn't work on the schedule that I said I would to get this project done. I didn't complete my priorities. And it has those down the road consequences. And that's a real consequence, right? That's a real situation that probably happens to a lot of people, but you lack the clarity when you're not tracking it here in the planner. You lack the clarity to know that you consciously made decisions along the way that caused you to be there. And without that clarity, you're not going to stop making those decisions. And you might keep making them knowing that you're making them. Like once you're in the planner and once you're doing it, you might continue making those decisions. And it might, I still make bad decisions. But in the moment, I'm sort of aware of it, I think this is wrong. I think this is going to have a consequence. And then maybe the time after that, you're like, well, wait a minute. No, this does have a consequence. I'm not going to do this again. Or sometimes, like in the case of, if you're not holding on to a diet when you know you're making that wrong decision, sometimes you just know it and you're like, screw it, I'm making the wrong decision, right? But at least you know, at least you're aware of it. And if that's the case, then fine, right? I made this decision, I will deal with the consequences. But the worst situation is when you aren't aware of the consequences because you're just sort of operating with blinders on and you're not paying attention to the details. And who can fault you for it, right? You just don't have a method to do it. Maybe you weren't taught to do it. I know I wasn't really given the skills to make the right decisions in my life because I wasn't taught a decision-making process. I wasn't taught how to follow through on a plan, which is why I developed this. because I needed some sort of a framework, because I found in my business and in my life I was not getting the results that I wanted. And it's funny because I'm even saying that right now, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm not getting the results I want right now either. but there's a difference. There's a difference because I know the cause of the situation I'm in now. I know the long tail results of operating on a different plan that brought me to where I am in life right now. And I'm also super confident in the efforts that I'm putting into the areas of my life at the moment. I'm super confident that I'm following a plan that will lead me to where I want to go. And so, if I didn't have this plan right now in my own life, I would probably do what feels good today. And then tomorrow I would wake up and do whatever feels good then. And I would not be able to see a path before me. And some things would blindside me. And maybe I would have a couple pleasant surprises. But in 5 or 10 years, I couldn't honestly say that I got to wherever I am based on a willful effort, right? I'm just sort of getting up, doing my thing, going to bed, and hoping for the best results. Which, imagine you just get into your car and, you say, okay, I'm gonna get the Giant Eagle. I'm gonna get to the grocery store. And you just hope you go in the right direction. Like, generally what direction it is. So you just start driving that way. Eventually you might find it. But you might end up 5 miles off course and then ask somebody, well, how do I get here? And they tell you, and then you realize you got to drive through all this, construction area and blah, blah, and where if you just would have had the path, if you would have mapped it in your GPS system, you would have followed the exact path to get to that place. Maybe you would have missed a turn, but you could have got back on path and rerouted simply enough. So, you look at your life that way. Sometimes the path isn't 100% clear, and sometimes you have to make wrong turns once in a while. But if you know your destination, if you gain clarity on that destination through exploring your goals and what makes you feel good and the things that, you want to accomplish in your life, then the path becomes clearer. And the wrong decisions, the wrong turns feel wrong. And when that's the case, you more confidently make the right decisions for you. And I'm using wrong and right in that regard, in that it's right for you, not right for anybody else around you. Unless you have those people that are dependent on you, that you need to make the right decisions for them, right? But for the most part, the decisions that are right for us are also right for them. And so you're making the right decisions for you, and you're confident in doing that. You don't feel that nagging sense of obligation. The nagging feeling that somebody else expected me to do this, so I need to spend my time, my effort, my energy doing this thing that doesn't align with where I want to go. When those situations pop up, you can more confidently say, no, I have my own thing to do today that's very important to me and the results that I want in my life. So that's it. I am going to pop on live in the user group sometime during this weekend. I'm also going to do a live. I'm working on the details of what the content's going to be, but I'm going to do a live over the weekend on the main Define My Day page also. So we'll see if we can get that scheduled so you know when it is. In the meantime, if you catch the recording of this live, If you have ideas for content, if you have questions you have, leave them in the comments on this video, and it's something I can address next week, next Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the next one. In the meantime, we have a couple of things on the website right now, some packages and stuff on sale that if you need to reload with your planners, there are a couple ones that have the new Define My Day Platinum Planner as an option. This planner right now is on sale for $19.99 by itself, but there's also productivity packs, and there's a power pack that's actually pretty cool. It has it's a little bit more of a professional package. It has the vinyl book covers, it has the tabs, but it has a really cool fountain pen that I just actually put it on the website individually also. So it's a Pilot fountain pen that it's only about, I think it's $30 at retail. It comes in a little gift box, so it's a pretty cool little gift. It's not like a Mont Blanc or anything. It's not metal. It's still a plastic pen, but it's a nice fountain pen that it's pretty cool to write with one of those. So if you want a package that is just a little bit more professional, then check out it's the Power package or the Power bundle on the website. We also have we just restocked in the peppermint eucalyptus shower steamers. I told you the other day I've been using the orange jasmine ones. They're pretty cool, but I think my favorite ones are the peppermint eucalyptus. They give you a little bit more of the fresh, nose clearing feeling. We also have more of the matcha nude tea. So this is one of the things that I've added into my day. I do this usually after my coffee, like an early afternoon drink for myself. It's supposed to have a ton of health benefits. So, I don't know that I feel any different, but it's one of those long-term building block kind of things. I know. I feel like we're a kind of a complex animal, right? So we don't see the results of good habits or bad habits immediately. We see them over time. And but if you look at nature overall, like I have a lot of fish and coral in my house. It's a hobby that I've had for quite a long time. And when you feed the fish flakes, they don't grow fast, they aren't as colorful. But when you start feeding them high quality foods, frozen shrimp, the like high quality pellet food and stuff like that, they grow faster, they look more vibrant, they behave differently, the colors pop. And it's amazing. Like it happens with them within weeks. Same thing with coral. Like when the water quality is really good, coral pops. I mean, it comes up with colors that it's amazing. But when you let the water quality slide, if you let them live in pollution, or if you don't give them the right nutrients, they fade, they die. And it can happen pretty quick. And so, those are simpler animals than we are, right? We're much more complex, but the results are probably very similar. If you're doing the things, getting proper sleep, which, man, this session is hurting that for me, but I'm going to fix it. If you're getting proper sleep, if you're exercising, if you're eating the right nutritional foods, whatever diet you choose to follow, but if you're doing that, if you're consuming, high quality foods, green teas and matcha tea and other things that contain the nutrients and building blocks for you, I feel like the impact is probably very similar. We become healthier, we become more vibrant. Whether it's, it's hard to say, well, it's going to fix your joint pain, but I think it's a holistic effect on the result. And it might take months or years. Very rarely do you see something that you do it, for a week and all of a sudden you feel immediately better. That's the trick with medications, is we take the medications, we feel immediately better, but we don't understand that we're just kind of pushing the problems down the road. Whereas if we were to make the effort to fix the root cause, the nutritional side of it, then the results would be longer lasting, and we wouldn't be just covering up the problem. So that's the way I look at it. With all the little habits I have, it's all in my daily disciplines. Drinking the tea, taking my vitamins, all the little habits, the amount of water I drink. It's all in my daily disciplines that I get to check off at the end of the day. I did all of my things. So it's pretty cool. The last thing we have on the website, it's part of the holiday bundle too, are these brass candles. They're heavy, man. Like, these things are solid. But it's this. I burned it probably, I don't know, like 4 hours yesterday, and it barely looks like it's gone. So they last a pretty long time. And actually, I was burning this one last weekend too. So I've been using it for a while. But this is the juniper and balsam fir, so it's a good holiday, like piney scent. So if you're interested in these things, it's another part of my day. I usually I have 3 things I do in the house on the scent side of things. I have an essential oil diffuser that I use that I usually have like a sandalwood scent. I have incense for when I'm meditating, and then I use my candle for the rest of the day as sort of a longer lasting thing. I have to remember to turn off my air cleaner when I do any of this, otherwise it just sucks up all it smells like nothing. But what I've found, and I was never a candle person through my life, I guess you have to have the right scent. I don't like the vanilla cookie and all those other ones. I like a fresh, outdoorsy scent. And because I'm a guy, right? But what I found is that when I have that, it's just like one more sense, sense of smell. It's one more sense that is pleased, right? Like, so, we eat what we like to taste. We listen to the music we want to hear. If you spend a little moment satisfying your sense of smell, I feel like it's just like one more thing that just kind of adds to the experience of the day. So that's why when you see that we've done some of these things that are sensory on the website, that's where I'm coming from with that. It's just a way to kind of give you the whole experience of improving things around you. So that's why that's going on. So that's it for today. I'm going to head out and get ready to get my kids ready for school. I have my coffee here. I got my planner. I'm going to start filling in what my priorities are. And then by 7 o'clock, I should have my meditation in also. And I'll be ready to roll. But this early morning is going to... I might be in for a nap later today. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope you have a great weekend. If I don't catch you anytime in any of the live videos this weekend, I hope you have a good weekend. And I will see you again next Monday, 6 o'clock. And, take care. I'll see you soon. Keep moving forward. Bye.